This is the closing market report for Tuesday on the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network. I'm Riley Smith. On the phone right now with Bill Moore of Price Futures Group as we wrap up another day in the ag marketplace. Bill, what have we seen going on in the grain and livestock markets today?
Well, the markets recovered a little bit today. Stock market rally didn't seem to have legs. Yesterday, one time, it was up 1,000 points. Today, it's unchanged, a little lower. It was this morning about 400 lower. Crude oil is up again today. It's up about $4 or $5. Trump claimed that all this peace talk stuff. He mentioned yesterday at 6 o'clock in the morning. He tweeted on his social network, Truth Social, that there was no confirmation of that with Iran. Iran said that they had not had a conversation with him. So there's a question as to the validity of that. It's just hard to say what's going on over there, but missiles are still flying. People are sending troops in, additional troops. So it's just hard to say if the end of the war is imminent or if it was a lot of rhetoric, hopeful rhetoric. But in any case, the stock market would have been soaring today if seemed like close to an end of the war, but it's not. So we'll see what happens. But that's the news on the war, and the market kind of maybe overreacted yesterday. A lot of short covering, but after that, no new buying. Inspections that came out on yesterday, as I mentioned, were very good. Corn at 1.7 million metric tons, beans at 1.10 million metric tons, and the wheat at 450,000. So exports continue to be good. Trump politically needs the farmer vote. They got him in 24, and he's going to need it for the midterms this year. Confirmation of that on Friday. He's having a celebration of agriculture event at the White House, inviting farm groups to attend, where he's likely to announce new biofuel blending policies, and I'm sure it'll be favorable to the market, or he wouldn't be having a big shindig there. So that's something to keep in mind. The war were to end, we still are dealing with large global stocks, but we've known about that. The market styled those in, so that's something to think about. There's still a drought risk in the Midwest. Some of these good to excellent ratings for these states, key states, went down again in the wheat belt, so that's an issue to look at. We've got government reports to look forward to. The war has kind of taken the shine off of them, but still, a week from today, the planning report, the acreage stocks report is coming out with projecting the acreage for corn and beans for this year. And quarterly stocks, early estimates have got corn down 4 to 4.5 million acres and beans up about the same amount. So we'll see those come out. And also 2 reports in agriculture. One today at 2 o'clock, the cold storage report, and then another one at Thursday at 2 o'clock, the pig crop report. Both important reports for livestock, and see if they'll move them out of the trading ranges they've been in. Cattle for sure has been in a range bound for most of the month of March. In fact, it's up just a little, just $1 or so from where it closed in February. Again, capping the rallies is the surging price of oil. Gasoline up $1. That's cutting in the consumer's pocketbook and the money he's got available to spend in the supermarket. Supporting the market underneath would be the great demand period we're entering the grilling season, which is the best demand period of year, is this every day, and that's supporting the market. I think eventually cattle and hog prices will edge a little higher into the middle of April.
All right, Bill, lots of great information today. For anyone who would like to get in touch for more marketing information and check out your newsletter, how can they do that?
630-947-5176. wmoore@pricegroup.com. Check out my newsletter, Agmaster, or www.pricegroup.com, the company website. Look at the bios of Jack Scoville and myself. We've both been here a long time. We'd love to help you out.
That again was Bill Moore of Price Futures Group. We'll look at the numbers next.
In rural Iowa, you need reliable information. The Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network brings you ag-specific content like market trends, weather outlooks, and policy updates that matter to your operation, while your local station brings you community news and consistent updates on what is happening in your area. It's a partnership built for the challenges of rural life. Your farm, your local station, and your friends at the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network, where Iowa Ag matters. Find us online at iowaagnet.com.
At the close, May corn up 3 even at 462.5. May soybeans down 8.5 at 11.55 even. May soybean meal down $4.20 at $322.40. May soybean oil up 15 cents at $65.73. Chicago wheat up 2 1/4 at $5.90 1/4. Kansas City hard red winter wheat up 3/4 cent at $6.04 even. Minneapolis spring wheat up 4 3/4 at $6.31 3/4. May oats down 6 1/4 at $3.33 1/4. On the Merc, April live cattle up 7 cents at $235.37. April feeders up $1.97 at $354.45. April lean hogs up 25 cents at $91.05. April pork cutout went unchanged at $103.40. And April Class 3 milk down 14 cents at $17.25. That's been a check of the closing market prices. Thanks again to Bill Moore of Price Futures Group for joining us today here on the Iowa Agribusiness Radio Network, where Iowa Ag matters. I'm Riley Smith.